So the top 50 movies. Top 50 movies of the century so far, 2000 through 2025. Last week in our rankings, I will tell you what we had. 50 through 41, Interstellar 50, Wind River 49, Road to Perdition 48, The Big Short 47, Boyhood 46, Memories of Murder 45, Before Sunset 44, Memento 43, Sideways 42, Sicario 41. So a reminder how we do this. We all ranked our top 75 movies. We had a point total system. You get bonus points if you show up on 2 lists, 3 lists, 4 lists, 5 lists, so on and so forth. You get bonuses if you finish in the top 50. You get bonus points if you finish in the top 10. And you get extra bonus points if you finish ranked 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then 1st for people. So we wanted to reward movies that people loved the most. So that's how we came up with this list. We are now going to go through 40 through 31. And we're going to start out with somebody's 5th ranked movie at number 40. It was on my list, Kirk's list, and Klemmer's list. That is 2007, Tony Gilroy's Michael Clayton comes in at number 40. Kirk, take it away. Number 5 for you on your list.
I don't shame. It's a disgrace that it's on everybody's list. I mean, this is a masterpiece. There is not a false moment in this movie. You talk about a cast. You got Clooney. You got Wilkinson. You have an Oscar winner. You have Sidney, the great, great, great Sidney Pollack. You have Michael O'Keefe. I mean, this is a true old-fashioned, they don't make them like this anymore. Offered to Denzel originally, by the way, who would have been incredible in this movie. I mean, just one of the great payoff endings of all time, too. I mean, my favorite post-credit scene of any movie ever. Like the scene of him in the cab is my favorite. It's Clooney. When we talked about Clooney a few weeks ago, when I walked out of Clayton in 2007, one of the great years in movie history. Michael Clayton's like, my 3rd favorite movie that year, and I have a 5th. I thought, wow. I mean, this is finally Clooney. Finally did it. They don't. This is just great, fantastic. Closer to 1 than 10 for me, but I mean, I love it, love it, love it, love it. I wish Tony Gilroy made another movie like this, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, this is just fantastic stuff, and I mean, it is. I will say his biggest thing since then, and I guess what is fucking Andor, Tony Gilroy.
That's true, which oddly has hints of it, like in a weird way. Like you can see the guy who did this, did that. Mm-hmm. Like definitely.
Yeah, if you're someone who maybe hasn't
Clive
seen
Owen and Roberts, which,
yeah, if you maybe not seen Michael Clayton, you've seen Andor. Watch Michael Clayton because you'll feel it. Just a fucking dynamite cast here too. Wilkinson, great. Swinton, Sidney Pollack. I mean, just a fucking awesome cast. This is
Ken
one of those
Howard.
ones where it's like
Everyone's great in it.
I hate dumping on Clooney for like The Midnight Sky, that shit movie came out on Netflix, and talking about how it's like, man, he's been in some things that just stink, because this is there, and you're like, this is awesome.
Such a smart movie, so intelligent, never talks down to the audience, and you're just along for this ride. It's exciting, it's brilliant the entire time. I really love this movie.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm glad it showed up on our list. Number 40, 60th for me. Kirk 5, Klemmer 46. So that's number 40, top 50 movies of the century so far. Michael Clayton. Number 39, another top 5 movie for Kirk. This is 31 for me. Only 2 people that have this on the list. We are 2 of the biggest fans of this movie that I think exist, and that is Jordan Peele's Nope, 2022.
Wow, nobody else has on the list? Wow.
No, that's a miss. That was actually a fuck up on my part.
Oh, okay.
Probably should have.
Where would you have it?
I would have it probably in the 50 to 70 range.
Okay, it wouldn't have moved it up or down. It wouldn't have moved it up much more. So that's not it. Yeah. So you can definitely chime in for sure. But
I yapped about Michael Clayton. So go ahead.
No. I mean, you have it at number 4, which I mean, I fucking love this movie. I think this is going to age really well. I think the longer we go from this movie coming out, the more people that kind of watch it. Like, I think the next time he releases a movie, this movie's going to pop up again. It just says it's such a deep, well thought out movie that has so much to fucking say, and it just looks incredible, well acted. His kind of like his version of like kind of like a Jaws type thing too, like big blockbuster like Spielberg movie. It just Nope is fucking incredible. And it came out at a weird time with movies too, right? We're still kind of coming up off of COVID and shit. Where I don't know if it'd come out maybe in like a different range of years. I think this maybe gets a little more praise than it did. But I just fucking I love Nope. I think it's a
little more
fantastic movie.
It got Nope. Well, it got critical praise, but I mean, it didn't get nominated for anything, which I think is one of the worst snubs, like in terms of a movie getting 0, because at least cinematography, one of the best looking, like even if the plot doesn't fully work for you, the performances don't, man, does that look good. Man, does it look good.
Is this the only movie on the list where the B story is better than the main story? Or
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I totally get that. People think that. The B story is unbelievable. The lead performance to me is great. It's a movie I think about the most from this century for sure. To me, it's I know another movie of his is gonna be much higher. I understand that, but I like this movie more, and I think it's gonna, as time goes on, like I get Nolan, I get Denis, but I think this is the true genius of this century is Jordan Peele. Like, I think the next 20, 25 years are going to be unbelievable. I think he's the Spielberg. I think he's the guy. And it makes different movies, but everything he does, his career is so varied and so interesting. Like I walked out of that movie stunned. I didn't know what to expect going in, but it is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm with you on Spielberg, which I think people might find that hyperbolic. I don't think it's hyperbolic at all. Like he gets that level of blockbuster filmmaking, and like when he sets it, he hasn't really set his mind to the same sort of project that Spielberg might have been at this point. Like he's doing more horror stuff, obviously, but I think if he set his mind to a project like a Jurassic Park or something like that, which had more wide-ranging appeal, I guess, like it would crush. It would absolutely crush. Not that his movies aren't already crushing, but it would be like that next level for sure.
what does he have next?
Good question.
I don't know, but he needs to stop attaching his name to dog shit movies.
Yes.
His Monkey Paw production.
That was tough. That was tough last year. That was a tough scene. What was the concussion? What the hell was
Him?
that?
Him.
Yeah, which
He's had a few of them where it's like they really flash his name in those trailers, and I'm like, they got to stop doing that to him. Stop.
to the point where I thought he directed him when they were first teasing him.
I did too. For the first week that trailer came out, I was like, "Holy shit, he did a football movie." Like, no, he didn't. There's a lot of movies about like grief and trauma lately, and I don't think any of them even hold a candle to what Nope did. Obviously, this came out at a pretty relevant time for me. I just lost my dad, so there was like a grief trauma angle to this that I just felt like a huge connection to. It also talks a lot about race, the entertainment industry, animal cruelty, the idea of like the spectacle, right? And how we get so lost in the spectacle as a people, and how terrible that can be. It just this movie, the more layers you peel back on the movie Nope, it's so fucking deep. I implore anyone who only saw this once, give it a try again.
Okay.
Like, try it again, watch it. There's so much to this, and again, it's not just like a message movie. Like, it just looks fucking fantastic too. Just this big.
There's no volleyball
movie,
in it, but yeah, it's good.
Awesome stuff.
The guy that played the cinematographer, I think, was a Brady inspired. Wincott, the bad guy from The Crow. Bad way to phrase him, but the guy that played the cinematographer, I think that was a really inspired casting too. Just to add on to it, I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
Nope. I do love Nope. So definitely. Also, the Scorpion King hoodie is one of the greatest things in the movie. Just fantastic. He's wearing that thing. It's just awesome. Great reference. So that is number 39 of our top 50 movies of the century so far. Nope from Jordan Peele. 38 is a surprise to me. I was actually stunned that this wasn't on all 5 lists. This is on my list. It's on Kirk's list. It's on Klemmer's list. I have it the highest. I have it at 24. I thought it was going to be higher on Klemmer's. I actually thought this would be a top 10 movie for you. That is Joachim Trier's 2021 movie, The Worst Person in the World, with Renata Reinsve. Fantastic movie, and one that I actually was a little disappointed that it didn't get kind of propped up more in the mainstream with the success of Sentimental Value, their most recent collab. But Klemmer, I'll let you, because I thought you'd have this top 10, 15-ish, because I know you love this movie as well.
Yeah, I do love this movie very much. It's fantastic. I love kind of the third act. I don't want to give it away if anyone hasn't seen it, but I kind of love how that third act kind of shifts to being more tragic, and it's interesting look on mortality and kind of like what is a life worth lived, and like what does it mean to die young. There's so many like interesting levels to this that I didn't expect when I sat down in the chair to watch this movie. And the first third kind of delivers on what you expect, and then it shifts, and then the actor performances are just through the roof, like incredible, to the point where like you're crying at the end of this, and it's a sensational movie, and I'm so excited to see like what he has next. The sentimental value delivered for me too.
Yeah, check out Oslo August 31st. If you haven't seen that either. Another movie that he's done that I've mentioned on here. That's also fantastic. But yeah, Kirk, I mean, he's a director that's definitely gotten his praise now, and I think I think she's going to eventually win Best Actress. Like, I think it's like, it just feels like whatever she's in, she is fan. I mean, she was great last year in the movie with Sebastian Stan, Different Man.
She's good,
right.
Yeah.
Different Man, is that like a Chris Pratt action movie that it's Different Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's got something big coming up soon, right? What is it?
You're a Fjord.
Backrooms.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. She's in
Fjord
Backrooms,
with Sebastian Stan. And that's going to be amazing, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
That's like a
Some
front runner
stands
for
in as
awards.
well. Yeah, people are saying she might win for that. So yeah, it's great. Klemmer's right. Like did not know what to expect going in and loved it. Yeah, it's a good spot. I think I have it somewhere in the 40s, which is about right for me. I really liked it.
Yeah, you have 42. Klemmer has it 45 out of 24. Yeah.
One of the best drug use scenes of this century too. The trip scene.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic.
There's just something of it's just a very grounded, humanizing, like raw role. Like she really has this ability, and she did it with sentimental value too, where it's like, I know she's acting, but it's like she's not. It's just so fucking natural to her in some of these roles. It's just she's fantastic, and he is such a good director. I was very glad he got a nomination this year. I think he also won technically too. He did win. He did win for best international feature, but
foreign.
I do think she has Oscar gold in her sights eventually. 37 is a shocker. So number 38 ranked movie on our top 50 movies of the century so far. The worst person in the world at 38 from 2021. 37 surprised me as well. Only on 3 out of 5 list. Did not expect this one. I thought this was going to land in the top 20. 12 for Kirk, 19 for me, 69 for Kenjac. That's 2017 Jordan Peele's Get Out. Lands at 37. Much lower than I thought it would.
Wow.
Not on the list from Klemmer, not on the list from Gooch.
Klemmer, you're not a fan of Jordan Peele.
I am. I like him a lot. I actually think of his 3 movies, I think I liked Us the most. They're all, for me, they all hit like very good. Like I don't think I have any of the 3 in like great. I like him a lot. I'm genuinely enjoyed looking forward to what he has next, but top 75 for me, not there for me.
It's not as good as a Roper. This is going to be the movie this week because what'd you say?
What was that again? Not as good as what?
It's not as good as your number one. Well, it's not as good as your number one film of the century.
It's not. It's nowhere near as good as Road to Perdition.
Right. Most beautiful film ever made.
If it was the top 150, all 3 movies would be there for me.
We know your issue with Jordan Peele, Klemmer.
No.
What? No, then he was a sketch comedian. Now he's a filmmaker.
Improv guy that made it. Yeah, it's jealousy.
Yeah. Gooch
Klemmer
last
auditioned
week got
for
a
Key
lot
and
of.
Peele. He didn't get it. That's why.
Right.
It's where he met his wife. He was trying out for. The Gooch got a lot of credit last week for saving us from not having Nolan on the list. I think this will be the movie this week where people are like, wow, because this is like, I think a lot of people have this number one this century. I think it's become such a cultural, sort of, signal for this. Get Out was such a change in filmmaking that I think this will be the one people like you guys are fucking idiots. And I have a 12, so it's not like I have a number 1.
Yeah, I have it 19. I mean, it is. Just, there's moments when you're watching someone make. Obviously, when you go see this movie, like, what do you expect? You're like, Jordan Peele's making a fucking horror movie. The sunken place, when he falls into the sunken place and he's just like fall. That's one of those moments where you watch it, you're like, oh damn, this guy has it. Like this. Oh, okay. Like this guy knows what he's doing. Like this is like. I don't know. I remember watching it thinking like, oh, this is like special. Like there's something about this. And I had it, and I knew Coogler was a good director as well. But there's those moments in some of these movies where it's like you see that you saw like the music scene from Ryan Coogler, right? You're like, oh, holy shit! Like he has something. Like this guy like really has. I mean, maybe it was the one shot in Creed, by the way. They could have been the one shot fight scene in Creed. But yeah, so similar to Jordan Peele. Like when you saw the sunken place thing, you're just like, oh wow, like I think I got that with like
Am I?
Denis too. Like watching like even like Sicario. It's like you're like, holy fuck. Like they just have something that's kind of different, and that's what I get with this with Get Out. And I just think he's never let the foot off the pedal. I like Us. I agree with Klemmer, by the way. I'm also a fan of Us. I feel like some people thought that was maybe like a slight step down, but I think that movie is fantastic as well. That's not just my Tim Heidecker bias. So yeah, Get Out, easy top 20 for me. And one that's kind of always. I don't know if you agree with this, Kirk and Kenjac, but it's always gotten better for me too when I've watched this movie.
Yeah, aged very well.
Definitely. When did it get released?
Extremely tight.
Was it released in the winter? No, I know, but what time? I'm sorry, what time of year? Was it like February or something?
It premiered
weird-
Sundance in January, and then it hit
February 24th, United States.
Yeah. You know where I saw Klemmer? I was at
Yes.
spring training for EI. I saw the movie theater there. And I was like, I had no idea what to expect. I was by myself
I'm gonna guess
in
I'm gonna
Fort
guess Jerry
Myers.
didn't go with you?
No, it was solo. And I was like, to Jeff's point, I was like, holy shit. And which I think was sort of everyone's reaction to it. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah,
also
Jackie Bradley Jr.
Fan. It's kind
Way
of a fun
better.
Bradley Whitford role too. Just something a little different. Bradley
great.
Whitford.
Yeah,
And
it's
Allison
very, like,
Williams.
Yes. Yeah, and I think in this movie too,
Nick
like
Keener, yeah.
around this period of horror movies, like I feel like everything is kind of stagnant. Like not a lot of innovation happening around like this. There's a lot of sequel slop garbage. Like we've been reviewing movies around this time, like shit like The Bye Bye Man or whatever. Like this is like new, original, different. Like it did everything that you would want out of a horror movie, and it also put like people on the map. In like Kaluuya, he like kind of propelled himself into stardom after that. And also was it Brian Tyree Henry too? I think also.
Yeah.
Stanfield too.
Yeah, like he's Stanfield too. Great point. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that he does in this movie, which was so like innovative at the time, which I really appreciate and still do. And I would agree. I think it's only gotten better with time.
Yeah, the biggest thing to me for that movie is, and outside the filmmaking, is it's just so tight. There's literally no fat on that movie at all. Like at all. It's fantastic.
How close is it to your list?
It would have been in that 75 to 100 range. That's just like horror definitely is not my like top genre. So when it comes time to really start to split some hairs, the horrors usually get knocked down.
Number 37 on our top 50 movies of the century so far, Get Out from Jordan Peele. 36, this is a top 10 movie for Kenjac, almost top 10 movie for Gooch. I have it at 70. Theme of the next couple movies, by the way, it's 3 out of 5 for the rest of this list. That's City of God, 2002. Kenjac, you have it at number 6.
Yeah, to me that's like I would say one or two best international movie ever made. I'll put that up there with like Parasite probably as one of my favorites ever made. It's one of those things you watch. Like I watched it when I was like probably like young 20s or something like that, not having watched a ton of international movies because I was in that same range where like I think even Bong Joon-ho talks about it, like the limitations of subtitles. Like once you get past that, you open your world up a lot more. And like that was one of those movies I watched where I was like, oh, like everyone else can do this stuff too. It's not just Hollywood. It's fantastic. The actors that they dragged off the street basically in Brazil were insane. What's your name? Alison Braga, I think, ended up obviously, I think, kind of getting more work out of it and became a bigger star. It's just amazing. It's like heartbreaking. Gives you like a look into a life that like, none of us know for sure. From their lens too, from like a native lens, not versus like our, especially in that period, to like early 2000s, it was a lot of like performative lib look at like war zones and shit like that and like trouble areas. I think looking at it from their lens was a lot cooler and just an amazing movie. Great performances across the board. Loved it.
Yeah, just incredibly thrilling, gripping. It took a lot of like 90s American crime filmmaking, I'd say, like, and even like Danny Boyle almost. There's a real Danny Boyle. Maybe it's just because it's so yellow in Brazil, but get some Danny Boyle, Scorsese, Tarantino, kind of mix it in a blender, and you get this really just fucking awesome movie. I love it. I think it's also one of the few movies to get nominated at 2 different Oscars. I think it was nominated as an international feature and then followed up the next year in Best Picture, which is interesting. I think it did that. I could be wrong. Maybe it was just double.
I don't think that's accurate. You could be right, but I don't think it was nominated for Best Picture at that point.
4 nominations at the 76th Academy Awards, cinematography, director, editing.
That's
and
a 5.
screenplay.
We're still in the 5.
At
era,
the previous years they submitted it for best foreign language film, but the year after it went up for all the main awards. That's interesting.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, really weird situation there.
How is that allowed? That feels
bizarre.
They should have done that for that guy that won this past year. The what's his face from Game of Thrones who's in that one movie no one's seen.
Yeah, fucking the Tourette's movie. Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Yeah, City of God. there's something about like Brazil movies that feel more lived in, and you feel like you're in, because The Secret Agent kind of had that this past year, where like it's this lived in world that you feel like you're living through and like immersed in. And there's something about like Brazilian filmmaking that is kind of like unmatched at doing that. I mean, that's 25 years apart from those movies. So yeah, City of God, 70 on my list. It comes in at number 36 on our top 50 movies of the century so far. 35, another top 10 movie for Kenjac. 24 for Gooch, 51 for me. Curious where it would be on the list for Kirk and Klemmer, and that is 2008 Martin McDonagh's In Bruges at 35. Kenjac, as big of an In Bruges fan as anyone, I'll let you take it away.
I fucking love it so much. You want to talk about movies that don't have a lot of fat on them? There's just the screenwriting in this, the jokes, the performances, the chemistry between Gleason and Colin Farrell, I think, is as good as it gets for any sort of like, buddy movie, whatever you want to call it. And then Ralph Fiennes just comes in and just hits like the fucking grand slam. Like every scene he's in is A++++. Him screaming at the phone, "You're an inanimate fucking object." And like the whole scene he goes back and forth with Gleason, like you take that back about my fucking cunt kids. Like it's so funny, so entertaining, beautiful too. Like the city of Brussels or Bruges rather is just incredible. And then the ending I think is just about as good as it gets. The perfect ending. So love this movie. I think you get a lot of some of the same vibes in Banshees of Inisherin too. But this is one of my favorites. I rewatch this like once every 3 months.
I just love the way McDonough writes. I really do. Mm-hmm. Like from the characters and then just straight up to the dialogue. It's just all so sharp. It's so sharp and blends comedy and drama so well.
You use a bunch of fucking elephants. That's why it's so
Kirk
good.
and Klemmer, where would this be for you guys? Where do you land on In Bruges?
I'm ashamed to say I haven't seen it.
I've been begging you. Own it.
I own the movie. I have not seen it.
You've never seen it?
He owns the fucking Blu-ray, and he hasn't seen it.
I won the Blu-ray on at a Christmas party.
He's using it as a fucking coaster. He's never seen it.
I've never seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I know. That's bad. That's bad. I'm ashamed. No excuses.
Wow.
And I own it for years.
How is that possible?
It's crazy.
Just take the disc out and pop it in.
Do it today.
Just, like, put it in. Yeah, go put it in now. Leave it on the menu screen now. Watch it later.
Isn't this terrible?
Fucking tonight.
I know. No excuses. No excuses.
Just collecting dust in his house.
I know.
What about you? I know you've seen it, Kirk.
I know.
I've seen it. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. It'd be probably in like the next 50 if I did it. Not my favorite filmmaker. But yeah, I like it. And I like Ralph Fiennes in it a lot. It's a great performance. He's having a fucking great time. No, I do like it. And I've seen it. I've seen the motion picture.
Wow.
How many funny movies had Ralph Fiennes been in before that? I think it's maybe an interesting question because I feel like he did a lot of dramatic work around then.
He recently said that he was asked to come back as Voldemort for HBO.
No shit. They want.
And he said yes, and then they never did anything with it apparently. But they also haven't cast it, so maybe
really?
It does come back. Oh. Yeah, he said he does feel like one that you shouldn't recast. Like he is so fucking good in that. So they said they haven't recast Voldemort. So maybe they're gonna be like, hey, you said yes, let's come back because he's not in it obviously for a few years. So
I know a guy. He's been doing
this one would have been a little
work.
higher on the list had I had it in the 50. It's the movie that kind of got burned by no bonus points for a third list in the top 50s because I do have it at 51, but I do love In Bruges. 34, another movie with 3 people having it, all in the top 50. 38 for me, 15 for Kirk. Kenjac has it at 50, and that is, we've talked about it recently, Ridley Scott's 2015 movie, The Martian, at 34 of our top 50 movies.
That is a movie about Mars. That is a... That is a great adaptation of an Andy Weir. We finally realized a good adaptation of an Andy. Not the slop that America's sucking off for the last month.
No.
Terrific. Yeah, you guys remember a couple months ago we did that emotional moments top 10, and I mentioned when they rescued Damon, and I was crying in the theater when they rescued him. Great movie star performance. Great. I mean, one of the greatest directors of all time in his milieu. Not, just they don't make them like that anymore. Great. Yeah. I have it high. Probably, I think when I made the list, I was surprised how high I had it. I was looking for reasons to move it down, but I was like, I love this movie. I've probably watched this movie between TV, like as much as any movie this century, I think. So yeah, I mean, I think probably
if we did,
you know?
I would like to do our list of most rewatch movies. This is what Bill Simmons did over with the rewatchables. Very funny list because nobody realized.
It was great, yeah.
For some reason, most people who watched it, or even on the panel, realized what he was doing. It wasn't his favorites. It was just what he's watched the most.
Right.
I think here's ours. This would be up there. This is a movie where if you give me one clip, I'm going to watch the whole movie, and that literally happened yesterday. I was in the morning. I saw an Instagram short from the movie, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to go watch that whole scene. I watched the whole movie. I just, there's something about it. It makes me tear up every time I watch it. It also, there is something about this movie that don't try and replicate it if you're other movies in terms of like undercutting serious moments with a joke. And it lands every fucking time in this movie. Every time there's a serious thing, and then it cuts to something funny with Matt Damon, it hits every time. And it's another role for him that's fantastic. Music selection of the movie is also awesome. The soundtrack of the movie
Great score.
is fantastic. Score great, looks incredible. Just this vast, wide landscape of Mars. All the space, all the NASA stuff is like the casting of this movie is great. Jeff Daniels is perfect in his role. Like everybody just kills it. It's a favorite of mine.
I think it's
you're right.
much better.
I hate using they don't make these anymore, but like this is one of those experiences where I'm like, man, I want to go see like, and I like Project Hail Mary a lot, but The Martian was special. I thought.
I think it's a much better version of a movie I find boring, Apollo 13, which is they're stuck there and like down, and they go back and forth. I just find it to be a slog. This is like lively. You care about both stories. It's just great.
Yeah, you have that scene where he's right, and I always forget about this scene. You have that scene where he's writing to the crew to tell his parents that he's going to die.
His parents,
on Mars, and but there's just this like poetic way he goes about it. It's just it's awesome movie.
Looks great. Soundtrack, like you were saying, is amazing. When the soundtrack hits during that scene where he's like gumming up on they're coming to rescue him, and he goes up like that. I think really makes that scene too. Then just I think the ensemble, like that cast is huge. Like we talked about it. I think last time we talked about The Martian. It is insane how many hitters are. Like the 80th build guy is like Sean Bean. Like it's crazy how many people are in this cast, and they're all really good.
Also, just great end credits too. They have like a shot of every character in the movie with their name. They're playing "Love Train" by the like really great end credits too. I feel like you don't always mention the end credits, but that's a good one.
Yeah, just a good little It's a great I think 1-2 punch for Hail Mary, where Hail Mary is like more on the optimism side of things, and this is more of like I think you mentioned this when we did the review, Klemmer, like the solitude end of it, and I really appreciate it as a great Andy Weir 1-2 punch.
This was a just miss for me. I think I had it like 78 or something.
Y'all see Andy Weir is now courting Jenna Ortega to lead the adaptation of his next novel.
Really? I'm hearing how bad that novel is.
I swear.
That. And we talked about things when we did Project Hail Mary. That's the book people don't love out of the three, right?
All I hear about is how bad it is.
Correct.
That would make sense for Jenna Ortega to take it then.
Yep, great point.
Her agent's like, "Let's go. It's crap."
Yes.
Can't wait. 34 on our list, top 50 movies of the century so far. The Martian. 33, We Stay in Space. Top 10 for Gooch. Number 16 for me. 57 for Kenjac, and that is Dune Part 2 from Denis Villeneuve. 2024, it's Dune Part 2. Also got a Best Picture nomination, just like Dune. We will see where the third one lands, but Gooch, I will let you start. You have it in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is, in terms of theater experience, there's very few moments in the theater that I have felt that way in my life. Just levitating out of the seat during multiple sequences. I mean, if not like the entire film. I think it's just so bold, takes it to a whole different level. It is the definition of like, if you want to take it up a level for the sequel, he takes it up like 5 notches. It's crazy. The Prime Getty stuff, the new characters that come in and just knock your socks off, like Austin Butler's Fade. I think it's just, I can rewatch it and still just be blown away by it.
Yeah, I stand by the fact that this is the better performance from Timothée Chalamet from that year. I think his War Tribunal scene when he does the speech and language of the Fremen, it's powerful. It's a role that I just didn't like. when that first movie rolled, they're like, man, can he do this? And I think he proves it in spades in Dune Part 2. The silence moment with the Reverend Mother of Bene Gesserit at the end before his fight with Faye, that's fucking incredible. It also just looks like Denis Villeneuve is better than anybody in terms of scale and realizing scale and making it feel like the largest thing you've ever seen. The nuke scene in this movie, when they pan out and they fire the nukes, it's almost unfathomable how big that is. Like, how is he not actually on? Like, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I fucking love this movie.
There.
I've said it ad nauseum at this point, but yeah.
Right there with you. I think the big few scenes from that, the War Tribunal scene, I think is one of the cooler scenes from the last few years, where like Timothée Chalamet kind of does a switch, because like through that whole beginning part of the movie, he's kind of like a dork. Like he's talking to Zendaya, and he's like, well, actually, in the film books, thing, you got to walk this way, and then like the switch after he takes the was it the Water of Life, and like he's like, I see the one path through, blah blah blah, and he's total flip into like now he's the dude. I think is so cool, and obviously whole cast is great, but Chalamet, I think, is I mean, it's a no doubt that was the better performance than Dylan, no question in my fucking mind. But it is great. It's a fantastic movie. It looks brilliant, and it's one I've rewatched it now a few times, and every time I rewatch it, I'm like, I cannot wait for Dune 3. Like, it makes me more excited to see this all played out.
And Kirk, I'll never forget where I was when I found out this movie got delayed.
It's one of the lowest moments of my life. Honestly.
I had Kirk take a picture of me sitting over a bowl of incredibly mediocre rigatoni in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Not my franchise. I respect it. Klemmer gets mad that I don't get mad at you guys about this. I don't really know why.
That's hypocrisy 101. I mean,
yell about Road to Perdition. What's the hypocrisy though?
Because he'll yell at me about Road to Perdition.
But Klemmer, we're on the island here though.
That's crazy too, which he also doesn't like.
No, but we're on the island. We're wrong on this one. Like, that's what I'm saying. Everyone else likes it, but us. We're on an island.
You can't be comparing Road to Perdition and Dune. I mean, the accolades of one to the the other. It's completely different.
I don't know if it is that wildly different. I mean,
you don't know if it is different.
I mean,
how?
I mean, Road to Perdition also came out 25 years ago. I
know, but it got no Oscar nominations. Has no imprint on society. None. Like, I mean, like this is a huge franchise.
That's fair. I get all that.
I'm with you. Like, I'm with you. Like, I like.
But that's not. But you're shitting on me for my taste. You're not shitting on them for their taste. That's.
You have lousy taste. To me, like Creed. Like, I like Creed 2 better than Dune 2. I like the Expendables 2 better than Dune 2. But I know I'm probably wrong. Like, I understand that intellectually.
There's probably a better comp.
Thing in their nose.
I bet you could find probably a better comp of something that I like. That's similar to, because I mean, the thing about Dune 2 is, whatever. If you don't like it, I have no problem.
I like Dune 2. It's fine. It's a lot of.
But I'm just saying, like the accolades and the love for it are they definitely lap Road to Perdition for sure.
I mean, it's a more recent movie. It's hard to like. Yes,
Klemmer, cut the fucking shit. Relevant. Like I'm with you. Like, but you can't pretend that the two are the same culturally and relevant. Like, that's a fucking stupid statement.
No. That's not it. But you shit on Road to Perdition not for the relevance. You shit on because you think it's a bad movie. Or so you claim. Which
Correct. I don't think Dune 2 is a bad movie. I just don't. It's not for me.
That's fine. But
for Klemmer's, you know what I'm gonna do for Klemmer's birthday next whenever that rolls around as a gift to him, I'm gonna defend a movie that I deserve the shit, and that's Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, a movie that I thoroughly enjoy. Whenever your birthday, I'm gonna defend that, and then Kirk can shit on me for my taste in that movie.
Hey Jeff, you know what? I would never make fun of you for that, buddy. It's a great.
We know that.
It's a great movie.
Dune 2 is a lot of like the baby's important. The baby's important. They tell us a lot about how important the baby is, which is good. That's good. It's like. Story-wise,
what a condescending comment that was on Dune. Holy
shit. That's what Dune 2 is. I feel like every 30 minutes they keep reminding us. It's like, all right, we get it. Like, we know. We understand.
Wait till Dune 3 with Aaliyah. You saw her.
Anya
Taylor-Joy.
I like Dune 2, but
I would save your anger, my friend. 33 is Dune Part 2, 2024 from Denis Villeneuve. I'm actually going to start not with any of the people that put this next movie on the list. I think it's more interesting to hear from Kirk and Klemmer on this one because it's not on their list. Number 32, 35th on my list, 58 from Kenjac. And then Gooch, you have it at 4, so I'll let you go after Kirk and Klemmer. And that is The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Spoiler alert, Kirk and Klemmer are not going to have any of these movies. They do not like the Lord of the Rings franchise.
Frodo, 'tis you, Frodo. It was you all along, Frodo. Woo, 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 woo. Get the fuck out of here. Again, I'm wrong. I always say this. I'm wrong. I hate the band The Who. I'm wrong. Like, I hate Dune. I hate Lord of the Rings. I hate stuff like that. I'm in the minority. I saw each one in the theater. Is this the one that won Best Picture? Is that what's up right now?
No, it's the first one.
No, that's later. This is the first one. I think I slept for like an hour. I remember I brought a sandwich in with me to see it, and I slept. And I had some of the crumbs on my stomach when I woke up. It is not for me. I completely understand that I'm wrong about this, but do I hate these fucking movies. And I hated the Oscars when they all in the same creepy like section too. They're all hair's all long and they're fat and weird. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, can we look at Nicole Kidman, please? Like, get out of here.
I will say I look, I understand if you don't love Dune. Again, if you don't love Dune, whatever. I understand it even more though with these, even though I do love these movies. I do get it. Like, I totally get if you'd like check out immediately on these movies. Like, I love them. I think they're unbelievable. I think it's the greatest trilogy ever made. But like, I fully get if you show someone Lord of the Rings and they're like, oh brother, I'm out on this.
I like Dune a lot. I really do. I like Dune. I think Dune.
No,
me
you know what I'm saying. There's something about Lord of the Rings.
Dune 1, I liked a lot. Yeah, like, that's a good movie. Dune 2, I thought was a good movie. These movies, I despise. This is so much lower to me. I hate these fucking movies. These people just walking in the woods. I hate the way they talk. I hate everything about these movies.
Just walking in the woods.
Liv Tyler with her ears. What the fuck? I don't know. It's just not for me.
No.
That's true. She isn't. I
don't know if you agree with that, Kenjac and Gooch. Like, if I showed someone Dune 2 and they didn't love it, I wouldn't hesitate to be like, you know what, hey, give it a go again. Or if someone told me they hated Lord of the Rings, I'd probably be like, that's all right. Like, you tried. Like, yeah. I wouldn't ask again.
I've tried with Lord of the Rings with a few people, and I've come to accept that fantasy movies and TV, sometimes it's like, you know, I made this analogy before, but like the cilantro thing, like it does not taste good to people. Some people, they ingest fantasy and they're like, I hate this, I do not like this. Clemmer, I know you're one of them. You just don't like those, period. Like, you're not a fan of any of that.
Not like the fantasy genre, correct?
Exactly. So for some people, it's just like it's never going to work. Yeah, so like, for some people, it's just never ever going to work. And like, I do think that I would agree with you, Jeff, in that like in Dune, I think there's more like almost like a Star Warsy thing where like, I think someone could get to liking it eventually, but I think fantasy is just a little bit different. There's just a barrier for some people where it's just like you cannot get there, and I can respect that. Doesn't mean I would ever agree with it, because I'm with Jeff. I think this is the best trilogy ever made. I think I'm not. I know Gooch is like you think number 1 is the best. I think it's the worst, relatively speaking, but it's still an incredible movie.
Yeah, I get the cases for each one as a favorite because they are very close. All three, I think, or I don't know if all three actually made my ranking, but I get the case for each one as a favorite. This one, though, I think stands above the rest because I think it's just a little bit more contained than the other two and relies less on CGI effects that I think have not aged the best in 2 and 3, but obviously the movies have aged greatly, but I think the CGI in those two do kind of stick out now that we're 25 years removed. The first one, I think, also kind of hits the themes a little bit better, especially with the Boromir character. I think just really fucking perfectly done. Mm-hmm. I love those movies. Klemmer, do you have a favorite fantasy movie, Klemmer? Like, is there one that you would hold up as a gold standard?
I have to really think about it. I don't know.
Conan?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one.
You know what's crazy about the movies too? I think especially with Fellowship, like who was the biggest star of the Fellowship cast when that movie came out?
Ooh.
Like I don't know what you could say. Like for an American audience member, like who is?
It's tough.
Elijah Wood.
Like Elijah Wood as a kid actor from Deep
Sean
Impact.
Astin was in Rudy, but like that's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in that, the fact that was the cast level on there, and like Viggo Mortensen was playing small roles in other movies, stuff like that, and like Orlando Bloom, fresh out of John Rhys Davies was like the side character in Indiana Jones. Like all these guys are not. There was no like A-list guy in this franchise, and they came in and everyone was, I think, so good, cast top to bottom in this, and across all 3 movies. But I think in this one, the fact that these guys came in, no A-listers, and the movie just crushes, I think it's fantastic. It's so good.
So yeah, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring lands at 32. on our list of top 50 movies of the century. And then lastly, it was just like it's like we kind of threw darts at our favorites here. 31 again, myself, Kenjac, Gooch. 20 all top 40 for me, 27 for me, Kenjac 39, Gooch 31. That is Mission Impossible Fallout from Christopher McQuarrie, 2018. I think one of the greatest action movies ever made.
It's so fucking good.
And lived up to immense pre-release hype too. The franchise, I enjoyed the two after this. They did not reach the heights of this one. This one is just, in terms of action scenes and how it was shot, there's very few action movies that can hold a candle to this movie, I think. The motorcycle chase scene, the bathroom fight, the fight at the end, it fucking looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the Halo jump is like, what, the second best? And that would be the best action scene in like any other movie? Like, there's 20 of those in this. Like,
the best use of Henry Cavill ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, there's not, I don't know, has Cavill done anything solid since this movie?
He's really good in Man from U.N.C.L.E. Not since this movie, but like we're saying, just other stuff he's good in.
Yeah. I'm glad this made the list because I think it's not top 75 for me, but like definitely a top 150. And the Mission Impossible movies are fantastic. You said nothing holds a candle to it. I don't know. The other Mission Impossible movies kind of do. I think that whole series after like what part like 5 or whatever are all like really good.
I think what it comes down to is like when I'm thinking of the action sequences in Fallout, like
they're the best.
Yeah, like I don't think any of the other movies hold a candle. Like any one of them could be the best one in any of the other movies. Like the Burj Khalifa, I think is the only one even close.
For me, the movies that are above this in terms of like action are like the literal like the greatest, which aren't from this era. We talk about like the Terminators of the world, of just like elite, the best of the best. So I think this is just a small cut below those, but this is up there. Kirk, where do you land with this comparative to Dune or Lord of the Rings?
It's fine. I'm not a huge Mission Impossible. I'm not a huge Tom Cruise weird. Like every movie's just everyone looking and saying how great he is. Run of the last like 25 years. It's fine. Like to have a list where this is ahead of Nope is like a war crime. But I mean, this is what the list is. This is the beauty of these lists. This is smart people disagreeing. But yeah, it's fine. I did not like the last one. I think people did. I didn't love the last one, but this is I get why people of the franchise. I think this is probably the best one.
It's the weakest of the new slate of them, but still, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This I definitely would have had. I mean, I did. It's 8 spots ahead of the one on this 10 this week. Well, I'll stay the list. So here it is. Our 40 through 31 of our top 50 movies of the century so far. Michael Clayton, 40, Nope, 39, The Worst Person in the World, 38, Get Out, 37, City of God, 36, In Bruges, 35, The Martian, 34, Dune Part 2, 33, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 32, Mission Impossible Fallout, 31. Like, Get Out is the one on this list that I wish landed a little higher for sure. Like I'm good with I have Dune Part 2 at 16, perfectly fine with where it is. Get Out's the one that I do wish was a little higher up on the list. You're right, Kirk. I think that's the one that is going to be like Interstellar in terms of last week.
I like that. That's good. That's how it should be. Like we all
it's a very unique list. I'm looking at the
pretty boring.
Next week's are interesting. We have a couple that 4 of us have. So there's some fun ones next week as well. Very unique list of what the next 10 are. But those are now 50 through 31 of our list. Interstellar, Wind River, Road to Perdition, The Big Short, Boyhood, Memories of Murder, Before Sunset, Memento, Sideways, Sicario, Michael Clayton, Nope, The Worst Person in the World, Get Out, City of God, In Bruges, The Martian, Dune Part 2, Fellowship of the Ring, Mission Impossible, Fallout. The first 20 movies on our top 50 movies of the century.